What's going on, guys? Tony Ivanov here with another video lesson, and today I'm going to talk to you guys exactly about how to find these morning spikes before they spike up. Simple as that. It's actually a pretty simple topic to cover. I know it seems like it's hard to predict these spikes, but they're actually very predictable, and I've boiled it down to just a few simple steps and indicators that you can use to find these morning spikes right before they spike, and you can hop in and ride it on up. We had one example today, HGSH, I believe it was, yeah, HGSH went from the $1.80 range up to a high of almost $4.50 in around let's see, 27 minutes. Went up 173% on the day, so that's really amazing. So I'm gonna talk about that and some other examples, boiling down how to find these morning spikes, get in early, and ride the move on up. So if you're new to my channel, I appreciate you stopping by. I make these videos every single day, Monday to Friday, and sometimes on the weekends as well, recapping my trades and giving you guys some quick tips and tricks on how to become a more profitable day trader. So if you see value in this type of content, smash that like button, hit that subscription button, and leave a comment down below. If you don't know, every single day I give away $25 to the random comment of the previous video. So I'm gonna do that right now, and let's see who won it. So I already have it loaded up. Hit start. It's gonna do its thing. Shuffle it all up. Destroying anxiety. Nice. If you would like to win that $25, send me a DM on YouTube with your email address in it, and I will PayPal that over to you. You can also DM me on Instagram. Just make sure that you take a screenshot of your YouTube on your phone with your login logged in, so I can verify that it's you. So let's get straight to the lessons. So how exactly do we find these morning spikes? Not how do we find them, how do we identify that a stock will be a big morning spike like this? I've already gone over how to find the hottest stock of the day. It's the same exact process with this. It's just this takes it one step further. So if you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend that you go back in my library, find the video how to find the hottest stocks every day. I will also leave it linked up here in the corner. Watch that whole video. I think it's a 20-minute long video, but it goes step by step exactly my process of how I find the hottest stocks of the day every single day. So I highly recommend, if you haven't seen that, watch that one first. So essentially what I do is I use two scanners. I use Equity Feed and I use Trade Ideas. I use the first one mainly because it has a news streamer, and that's how I find my pre-market news. And the second one I use during the market open because it has live trade alerts. It tells me when the stock is breaking out to new highs, and you can customize it based on the low float, volume, price range, all of that stuff. So now, as far as these huge explosive morning spikes go, how exactly can we know when the stock will be a morning spike? Well, first let's break down HGSH, and let's break down exactly why it ran. So first reason why it ran, let's just bring up the news real fast on HGSH. They released earnings. They had higher earnings than last year. Revenues up almost 50% on the year. So that's good news on a stock that's relatively trading pretty sideways. Keep note of that. That's one key thing. So the first key thing is that we have good news. We have an earnings winner. Second thing is we have a low float. I believe the float on HGSH, let me bring up my chat room real fast. Float on HGSH. So this was a higher float of around 13.57 million shares, which is kind of surprising that it spiked up like it did. But usually the low floats we look for are less than 10 million shares. When I do my scans, I do make that range wider because we can have these outliers like HGSH, which, you know, isn't a low float, but it sure ran like a low float. And the third thing is we need to look for that low price range in between $1 and $5. That's one of the hottest areas to trade as a day trader, because that's what every trader like me looks for. We'd like to have that low price range because we can buy 1,000 shares. If it goes up $1 per share, we made $1,000, which is an amazing trade. You can't really do that with a stock that's $20 per share, because if you want to buy 1,000 shares, that would cost you a lot of money. Third thing is that we need to focus on the daily chart. This is one of the key things with finding these low float huge runners and knowing that, okay, this is going to be a big runner. One of the key aspects of every low float spike that I've seen is that their daily chart is relatively flat. You can see that it's kind of downtrending, but most penny stocks do downtrend towards the end of the year. This is called a January effect. What that basically means is that as investors are taking losses, they're going to sell their shares before the end of the year, because then it becomes a tax write-off and they can use that to pay less taxes. So you will see towards the end of the year, stock prices will slowly drop, and then when the new year hits, no one's selling anymore, and if there's any good news on these low float stocks, they're gonna spike up like huge. It's called a January effect. So first thing we need is a daily chart that's relatively flat. Second, we need to have a clear level of resistance within the past half year or so, and that on this chart is right here at $1.89. You can see this last spike obviously topped out at $1.89, and that's going to play a key role. And the third thing we need to look at is when it does spike, does it really spike high? And in this area you can see yes, when it spikes, it does only spike for one day, so that means that it only does morning spikes and it never holds its gains. The way that we know it never holds its gains is because of all these candles. They have these long top wicks. If you don't know how to read candlestick charts, stop watching this video right now. Look up a video of how to read candlestick charts. I have one myself. Go on my channel, use the search feature. I have a bunch of free content in my channel. I've been making YouTube videos for the past over a half year now, almost every single day. So there's great content that you can just find. But you can see all these spikes, they would spike up but then fall back down. So that's one key thing to know. Now we know, okay, this is a low float stock. It's trading basically sideways. It has good news today, and in the past, when it has spiked, it's spiked up over 100% every single time. So the next thing that we do is we go, okay, where would be the best place to buy this stock? It would obviously be on the breakout over $1.89. If it spiked up and it had a bunch of sellers at $1.89, then that obviously means that there's too much resistance, there's too many sellers, and that's going to be the top of the spike. But if it can go over that, it really has no real resistance in the past year or so, and it can really just go. So if we look at the intraday chart now, if we look at that $1.88 level, you can see we quickly broke through that at the market open, and it also broke over pre-market highs, which is also a very good buy signal. So it broke over pre-market highs and this $1.90 level. So once you see that, you just want to start buying, especially when you see this large increase in price with relatively low volume. That means there's not that many sellers at all. So it's all coming together now. We have a low float stock, low priced, moving up fast on pretty low volume. You see in these 5 minutes, we had a total of probably around 300,000 shares traded, and the average morning spike by the top has around 3 million shares traded on the day. So you're still catching it early if you see it down here with 200, 300,000 shares. And the main thing you want to do is when you see a pattern like this, you just want to get in before the halt. You can't really have an exact entry level. This is what happened to me today. Actually, I watched this stock from $1.88. I didn't see the multi-month resistance breakout. If I did, I definitely would have bought, but I was too worried about getting the exact price right at the breakout over pre-market highs that I missed my entry, and I didn't want to get in. And the next second jumped straight up to $2.40, like in a second. And by that time, I lost the big picture, and I was like, okay, it's way too far off of the breakout, and I don't want to buy. And I blocked out these exact lessons I'm giving to you. So this isn't just a lesson for you, it's a lesson for me too, because I need to get my focus back on playing these morning spikes that I've been playing so well. Past few days, not so well. I've been getting too scared on jumping in and running that momentum wave higher. But now that I've really been researching these stocks all day, studying the charts, breaking down exactly why it's doing these types of moves, I'm regaining my confidence, and I'm next one I see, I'm gonna hop in and wait until it gets halted and sell into that morning halt spike after the halt. So the real key thing is that you just want to get in before the halt, because once it's halted, especially for a long time like this was a 10-minute halt, word spreads on social media, on Twitter, and everyone starts to notice it, so they want to buy after the halt. You can see how much more volume it has post halt, just sends it on even higher, up to the $4.50 level. So if you got in anywhere down here in the twos, you've already doubled your money, just like that. So here's HGSH. Let me show you some other examples that we've seen in the past half year or so. KONE was one that I played, made around $700 on. You can see, let me just use this as a daily chart. You can see same exact thing as HGSH. Pause this video, rewind. It looks the exact same. Overall, it's slightly downtrending, but it's basically sideways for the most part. Has one spike that acts as a clear resistance level. We get good news, blows through that level, and it spikes up to $8. So there's just one example. I have more. YTEN, same kind of thing. This one isn't as sideways because this one is much more volatile, but you can see it's relatively sideways. It's not waving around, like a regular swing trading stock, and it has history of spiking. You can see here when it spikes, went from 3 to 8. Same thing here, and we have the same multi-month breakout level over this $3.85 range. Once we have that huge spike and we break out through that, we keep on going up. I have more. LEDS, same exact thing, same exact pattern. Engrave this into your head. Pause this video, write down these stocks, research the chart yourself. Heck, even print out the chart pattern so you can hang it up on your wall and know, okay, I see that same exact pattern, I'm gonna hop in. I'm honestly gonna do that myself after this video. I'm gonna print out these pictures of LEDS, HGSH, and KONE, because it really sucks when you see a stock that's at $1.80 and then 20 minutes later it's at $4.50. So I'm making this video lesson not only for you but for me too, because no trader is perfect. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I am perfect, because that would just be a flat out lie. Everyone is always getting better at trading. No one's 100% right all the time, but I'm striving to get better every single day because I have big goals for 2018. So you can see LEDS, same exact thing. Relatively sideways. When it spikes up, it does have pretty big spikes. And then right here, it does have a resistance level at $2.88. So when it breaks through that on massive volume, it doubles, triples, even quadruples in a single day. So those are the stocks that I'm using to do my research. Hope you all saw this video. Hope you all saw value in this video. Just some quick updates. I did launch my live stream trading webinars. So now you can watch me trade live every single day. I'm sharing my screen, I'm sharing my scanners, my streamers, and I'm talking to you every single day. If you join my mentorship program, you get 1 year access to it. You can also join it standalone. The link is down below for that. And yeah, so hope you all are having a great 2018 so far. Make sure you set your goals high. Make sure if you have big goals, write them down somewhere that you can see them every single day. And not just the goals, but write down the steps of how you're going to reach that goal. The exact step, break it down, and then you can just break down and hit those steps one by one and slowly get towards your dream. My dream for this year is I want to get into some type of supercar. Right now I'm looking at like some type of either a Lamborghini Gallardo or maybe even a Ferrari F430. The thing about the Ferraris is I stutter on my F's, so it's going to be hard to say, oh, I have this type of car, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Yeah, no, but I have big goals for 2018. I'm going to step up my trading. I'm going to step up my teaching. I'm going to grow my YouTube channel, and we're going to have some great plans going into 2018. So I know I did say that I was going to make a cryptocurrency trading video today. I had some things I had to take care of regarding my webinar and my website, so I got kind of sidetracked. I'm going to make that video tomorrow, so if you're ready to see that video, leave a comment down below saying I'm ready. Don't forget, if you want to win 25 bucks, leave a comment down below with your PayPal email address so I can send it over to you. So with that being said, don't forget, you're only one pattern away, one strategy away from becoming a consistently profitable day trader. And maybe this is your pattern right here, finding these morning spikes and riding it all the way up for doubling, tripling your money in a single day. We'll see. We'll see if we have these type of patterns tomorrow. One more thing too, don't forget to watch marijuana stocks because they're still going up. I made a video around 5-6 days ago and it had my watch list of all the marijuana plays. Here, let me bring up right now so you can pause and write these down if you want. Because all these stocks, almost all of them were green today. Some were red, 2 were red, only 2 were red, others very, very, very green. So you can pause this video, write down this list, and keep an eye on these. And there's still a bunch more. If you have any other marijuana stocks that you want to share, leave a comment down below, DM it to me on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Discord, on anything. I'm always open to suggestions. So yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow.